It is quiet, too quiet. Welcome, guys, back to Steamcember. I'm the Comic Foil, and today we're playing Jenny LeClue Detective-oo. Let's jump in, because I want the game to start making some sound. New game. Start a brand new game, erasing all your collectibles in progress. Yes. Yeah, confirm. Thank you. This is another mystery game. I think this is the last mystery game. One more mystery game for the road. And this is a game I learned about from the channel Pushing Up Roses, actually. She likes a lot of, like, point-and-click adventure games and stuff like that, and I like games like that, so I've gotten a few, like, good recommendations from her before. Oh no, it's the mysterious Mr. Enter. Totally normal or creepy? I'm gonna say totally normal. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing to worry about there. Oh, do I want to... Okay, I guess I'll walk. Love that. Love that distant whispering. Danger, no swimming. Probably shouldn't be boating either, but we're gonna go boat. Where are you going with your suitcase? And B to accelerate? Okay, alright. I don't think this game's supposed to be very action-oriented, though. So the main character is going to be Jenny LeClue, and from what I understand, this is kind of a, not a parody, but a love letter to, like, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys and those sort of mystery books. But it's got an interesting twist to it that should come up soon. Alright, so we've just taken a perfectly normal trip out into the middle of the water, and we're just going to use this perfectly normal device here to... I guess we need to line up this little line. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. That wasn't as hard as I thought. The Locksmith's Apprentice. Did I just... Yeah, I don't think that was a lock. I think this was a way of getting a radio signal or something. Oh, okay, we're summoning like an elevator or a tube. We're summoning a tube. We're going to the Society of Evil, or whatever the bad guys were called in, like, Silver Age Justice League. Wow, yeah, I'm playing a lot of games lately with, like, crazy boat elevators. Had a situation like that in Yakuza 0 that I thought was pretty crazy, too, where there was an elevator built into a canal. Oh, wow, it is just throwing achievements at me, huh? Welcome to Arthurtown. What font are those Z's? Are you snoring in Arial?
What? Who? Oh, I must have dozed off. Perhaps we need a spot of tea to wake us up. What do you say, Rufus?
Absolutely, Rufus.
Yes, quite right. Better get back to work. This book won't write itself.
Oh, no tea?
Maybe I should start somewhere easier. I'll come back to the prologue later. The sun rose over another perfect day in picturesque Arthurtown.
So I believe he's like the author of the children's mystery books.
Seemed like any other small, quiet town. It was nestled in a valley between two mountains, lined by lustrous forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. It had a main street with all the essentials, including a place to sip coffee. It had schools, a college, a church, and a police station.
It looks a lot like the town from
no one ever visited.
From Night in the
It was
Woods.
the kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels. Typical, maybe even forgettable.
Agatha Christie's.
But there was one thing in Arthurtown that was unlike any other town in the whole world. Actually, it was a girl. Her name was Jenny LeClue, and she was the world's greatest detective.
All right. So I think they eventually...
Finkelstein residence. Oh, hello, Glenda. Yes, he said he might ring.
Yeah, so we're back in the author's house
Okay,
again.
patch me through then.
Don't you hate when somebody calls you and then they put you on hold?
Richard? Yes, I got it. I did, and my answer is no. I understand that, but... Well, yes, of course, but... No. Nothing is settled. I'm not going to do it. It goes against everything my books stand for. No, not yet, but... If I could just... Please, listen to what I'm saying.
Alright, so he's having an argument with his editor. It was the kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels. Typical, maybe even forgettable, but there was one thing in Arthurtown that was unlike any other town in the whole world. Actually, it was a girl, right? Oh, I can move around. Chapter 1, and there's the letters to the... Okay, so what am I actually supposed to do here? I can interact with that thing. I can push a pen. Can I push this off the desk? There's... Oh my gosh, there's an achievement for it. Turn the lamp on and off. I can... Can I... Ooh, got a stamp. I'm getting so many achievements. Okay. So I had a couple of friends also pick up this game randomly, and they said it was kind of too, like, kiddish, but I wonder if they, like, played far enough into the game to where I think it might start getting a little bit more interesting. But we'll see. Maybe it is really kiddish. I haven't actually played it yet, so who's to say? So from the office of Richard Inkwell, who I believe is our editor. Dear Arthur, hope all is well. Afraid I've got bad news, old chum. There's no easy way to say it, so I've attached the latest book sales numbers. Nowadays, younger readers want more mystery and danger. You're losing them with Jenny's increasingly timid and repetitive adventures. One bit of good news, it's too late for the stores to cancel their orders for the next book, so we're going to give you one last go and see if you can breathe some life into the old girl. We want you to try a proper murder mystery. Start killing people off. Add some drama. The bottom line is, if you don't step it up, I'm afraid it's a case of Jenny and the last hurrah. Okay, and he doesn't like that because he doesn't want he wants his books to be more happy and upbeat, and he doesn't want it to actually be a bit about, like, homicides and stuff like that. In other positive news, someone from a... What'd you cross out? From a... Oh, someone from a real newspaper finally reviewed your last book. Jenny LeClue and the Missing Marmalade Sandwich. The 38th and hopefully last book in a series which is very much past its prime. Once a collection of mystery stories cherished by children all over the world, Jenny LeClue has since taken a nosedive into mediocrity. Without reservation, worst bunch of stuff is blacked out. I took the worst bits out. Okay. Arthur K. Finkelstein, quality and something waste of time. The only mystery left in Arthurtown is how this trash keeps getting published. This reader This reader nearly died of boredom. On a positive note, the book makes a great doorstop. Wouldn't know a good story if it bit you on the rump. Okay. So the editor took out the worst bits for us. I imagine all this might come off as a bit of a shock, but we've got to move with the times. Throw in a murder or two, a dash of real tragedy, and who knows, maybe you've got one great story left in you. I'll ring you later to discuss. Sorry about your career. Chin up, though, eh? Richard Inkwell. P.S. Squash next week? At least you'll have time to work on that backhand soon. Oh, boy. Okay, so I think there's a framing device about the guy writing the book. Her name was Jenny LeClue, and she was the world's greatest detective. Yeah, that's where I was still writing. Okay. So I've got that checked out now. Okay, letter to Finkelfans, draft. Well, it's me again, Arthur K. Finkelstein. Or is it Finkelstein? And here we are at book 38 of the Jenny LeClue series, her most joyful adventure yet. Thank you to all the new Jenny LeClue fans out there. You have both been incredibly supportive. To answer your questions... Wait, so why is this here now? Because it sounds like book 38 was already published, so this one he's writing now would be book 39, right? Anyway, to answer your questions, 1. Despite any rumors you may have heard, of course the Jenny books will continue, as long as there is ink in my pen and ribbon in my typewriter. Yes, it will be more of the same. I refuse to change my formula. Arthurtown will always be a safe and happy place. Okay, a bunch of names. Here's our our top patrons. Anchor Wright and Bart Attack. Some of these are in some of these are in like uppercase. I wonder actually if these were people who like supported a Kickstarter or something. Letter to Finkelfans draft. Well, it's me again. Oh wait, I already did that. Okay. Okay, and then 4 pages of patrons. The sun rose over another perfect day in the picturesque Arthurtown. To the casual observer, Arthurtown seemed like any other small, quiet town. It was nestled in a valley between 2 mountains. Yeah, he told us this part already. Okay, we could just exit. All right.
You don't understand what you're asking for. You want me to turn Jenny's world upside down? Kill off my characters and destroy everything I've built over the last 30 years? Fine. I'll give you what you want. But I warn you, I'm a stream of consciousness writer, and you have unleashed my fury. Good day, sir.
So I think we're going to be living in Jenny LeClue's world as it gets darker because...
Boring? Predictable?
Because the author is being made to write darker stuff. Oh no.
It's murder they'll get.
Oh no, the true villain is editorial mandates. I mean, if the books really aren't selling, you do, need to think about investors and stuff like that, but... Oh no.
It should have been another perfect day in Arthurtown. But today was different, and nothing would ever be the same again. To begin with, Jenny LeClue was dead.
Wow. No, they just went right to killing her?
Pale, her eyes glassy and frozen. What cruel fate had befallen our beloved detective?
No! Never move the victim!
Mrs. LeClue, she's doing it again.
Jenny LeClue.
You are a dead body. Dead bodies don't talk.
Julie LeClue, former detective, teaches dumb students, terrible cook, great mom. Okay, and I guess this part is, written in Jenny's, viewpoint. So Jenny thinks the students are dumb.
Doing it wrong.
As wonderful as it would be if all cadavers were so talkative, we must deduce the cause of death without their help. With only the evidence laid before us, we build a picture from the fragments left behind. We collect clues, interpret the data, and solve our puzzle one piece at a time, until it feels as if the victim is speaking to us. But Jenny is right, Jonathan. You mustn't disturb the crime scene. Vital evidence could be lost.
Sorry, Mrs. LeClue.
So it's like a forensics class.
Okay, you've all had a chance to study the body? Who can postulate how she met her demise?
Ooh, me! I think it was an accident.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't looking where she was going
So she slipped on the wet floor,
and cracked her head open. Like an egg.
and then she bled to death.
Really? How can you tell?
Well, there's a giant pool of blood around her head.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Actually, you're both wrong.
What?
It was cold-blooded murder.
Murder?
What's on her mouth?
Don't be ridiculous.
Where's the murder weapon?
There's no evidence anyone else was even here.
Oh yes, there is. It was murder. And I can prove it.
Alright, she's going to prove her own murder. The dead lab assistant.
Jenny had read all the books. She'd absorbed all her mother's teachings. But there was nothing quite like getting your hands dirty.
How many people get the chance to solve their own murder?
The first step in any good deduction was collecting evidence. Seemingly insignificant details could provide a vital piece of the puzzle.
First, I'll search the crime scene for clues.
Then she'd analyze the data. And finally...
Deduce the real cause of death.
Okay, I see some more art assets hidden here. Okay, so there's a bunch of gallery art hidden around the game. That's pretty cool. Like, there's another one here behind her head. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so first what I really want to know is what is on her mouth.
The victim has a green smudge on her lips. It's not lipstick.
Alright, glasses?
Without her trusty bifocals, Jenny couldn't see the nose in front of her face. They were her window to the world, and the lens through which she focused her keen detective vision.
They're bifocals? Does that mean one of them... Does that mean she's nearsighted in one eye and farsighted on the other?
It wasn't Jenny's style to wear accessories, but this hair clip was the exception. Its function as a lockpick had saved Jenny from a long night trapped in her school locker. She'd worn it ever since.
Nice. I like how there's, like, implied a lot of
There's no
history
doubt
with the
victim lost
character.
a lot of blood.
I wonder what the blood is actually made of, if it's, like, jam or just, like, red food dye or something.
Approximately 8 sizes too big. And covered in mud.
But there's no mud trailing on the floor, which means the body was moved to here. Mr. Beans, the ends justify the beans. Nice.
What a waste of perfectly good coffee.
Jenny's love for coffee was almost as strong as her passion for crime solving.
Chalky green residue on the rim.
Oh gosh.
Smells like burnt matches.
Jenny, you probably aren't old enough to be drinking coffee. Okay, so what's this, water
The
here?
floor's wet and slippery, but also immaculately clean.
Yeah, so the body must have been moved here because her muddy boots aren't leaving any footprints around. Oh, I'll take these. And... what else do we have?
Jenny's blue sweater was scruffy and quite uncomfortable.
There's a tear in
But
it.
her grandmother had knitted it, and so it was her favorite. The more it itched, the closer she felt to her.
I've seen enough. Time to wrap this case up.
Oh, it didn't mention the
Jenny was a
tear.
meticulous record keeper, noting every relevant clue in her trusty journal. A great detective knew that solving a mystery was simply a matter of connecting the dots.
I'm certain this wasn't a mere accident. Now I just need to prove it.
Okay,
How do I
okay.
know the victim didn't slip?
The victim is wearing thick-rimmed glasses with a strong prescription. No, the floor is wet and squeaky clean. Not a mark on it. Yeah, I think this, and then the victim is wearing giant muddy boots. So by combining these two details, we know she didn't slip.
The victim's boots are filthy. They should have left big muddy footprints on the floor. So where are they?
That's a great question. Okay, we're still holding.
Either someone washed away her footprints, or she was carried here.
Yeah. It's possible, I guess, somebody washed away the footprints and that's why there's water on the floor.
Okay, that proves she didn't slip. So how did she actually die?
Okay.
What was the real cause of death?
I mean, her head is in a pool of blood. There's green stuff on her mouth. Are we trying to say she was poisoned? The victim's lips are dry and crusty and stained green. The victim is lying face up. Floor is wet and squeaky clean, not a mark on it. No coffee left, just a chalky green residue that smells of almonds. There was coffee poured onto the floor like she dropped it. And then a pool of blood. The victim is lying in a fresh pool of sticky blood. Gross. I guess, are we supposed to connect that she drank from the coffee cup? Yeah, that it's poisoned.
There's a green residue in the bottom of the victim's coffee cup. It smells of burnt matches. Phosphorus. Also found in common garden fertilizer.
Okay.
The same green mark is on the victim's lips. Her coffee was spiked with fertilizer. Someone clearly wanted her dead.
Okay. So in this, like, imaginary situation that they've come up with,
The case of the dead lab assistant.
she was poisoned.
Gone before her time. Was it poison? Yes. A blow to the head? Yes. An accident? Certainly not. No footprints in an unshattered mug? She was killed somewhere else and carried here. This is the story of a scorned ex-lover.
Jenny?
The gardener enacting his revenge.
Jenny!
A deadly brew of fertilizer and caffeine coursing through the veins.
That's quite enough, thank you.
What happens to the gardener?
Is this gonna be on the test?
Remember, class, even the smartest criminals make mistakes. This is how we catch a killer.
It's one of those art
what's the
things
point
on
of
the
all this?
blackboard.
Yeah, there hasn't been a murder in Arthurtown in years.
Every town has a dark side, even Arthurtown. By doubting, we are led to question. And by questioning, we arrive at the truth. Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget, next class is our field trip to the morgue. So have a light lunch.
I wonder if her mom was, like, a forensics teacher in the other
Students
books
need to
this
think
guy
for
wrote.
themselves, Jenny. That's why they're here at Gumboldt. To learn.
I just figured we all had places to go. Speaking of which,
And where are you off to, young lady?
I'm a dead body mom, remember? Dead bodies don't tell. See ya.
Wait, before you go, I have something for you.
Cool. What is it?
If I told you, that would spoil the fun, wouldn't it?
The LeClues didn't simply hand each other presents. They hid them. It was a family tradition, and Jenny had developed a sixth sense for finding them. With her trusty magnifying glass at her side, nothing eluded her.
Okay, so it looks like the fake blood on the ground was jam. Alright. I think this is pretty charming so far.
A new journal.
To Jenny, there was nothing better than the aroma of a fresh leather notebook. It smelled like mystery. Without missing a beat, she did what any detective worth their salt would do. She decorated it.
Cool, alright. Oh. So we can... You know, we can put that sticker on, I guess, and... Can we add more? Are these stickers like things that we've collected from finding them around places? Okay. A great
new journal meant
great detective
new
never gives up.
adventures. She imagined all the thrilling cases that would soon fill its pages. And on the first page, her mother had written an inscription.
A great detective never gives up. Love, Mom.
Cool. There'll be a map. Find a map, keep it here. What's that say? Choosiness. Okay, so she's the CEO of her little company. Dedicated, strong-willed, and direct. A brilliant leader who inspires others. A jack of all trades and a fountain of knowledge. But you can be inflexible and emotional but you can be inflexible and emotionally distant. Okay, that's interesting that she knows that about herself. Oh, these are choices that I've made. Okay, so I chose something totally normal for the man to whistle rather than a creepy tune for him to whistle. Interesting. So I guess there'll be different, like, choices I can make throughout the game, and that shows the choices that I made.
I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Jenny, I wanted to talk about, to say,
Somewhere in the back of Jenny's highly caffeinated brain, an alarm bell was ringing. Her mum was hesitating. What could be causing her to act so out of character?
Well, let's see. Tap, tap, tap. Am I supposed to... Limited eye contact, watery... Oh, okay. I don't know when it, like, wants me to...
Crossed arms. Furrowed brow.
Jenny saw it coming from a mile away. Her mother was about to get...
Emotional.
Missing ring. So is she
I've really gotta
dating
go.
again?
no, Jenny, wait. I need your help.
What? Really?
Jenny couldn't believe her ears. It was extremely unusual for her mother to ask for help. It must be something very important. Tracing the steps of a deranged killer? A cold case that only someone with Jenny's expertise could solve?
I've misplaced the students' essays on decapitation. See if you can find them for me before you leave. I have to run.
Wow. The case of the misplaced papers. Are you sure you want to trust me with such a complex task?
I have no doubt you'll be able to find them. They're around here somewhere.
Jenny was unsure if her mother was unable to detect sarcasm or just really good at ignoring it.
No, yeah, we'll help Mom.
Okay, Mom. I'll find them before I leave. On one condition.
Yes?
You have to let me help grade them.
One of Jenny's favorite pastimes was grading papers. Nothing pleased her more than giving a big shiny F to an overconfident student.
Don't push your luck.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Find the papers and go straight home.
But I'm meeting Keith tonight.
No buts, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects of being poisoned for your class.
Well then, I have the perfect antidote. You're staying with your cousin this weekend, and you still need to pack.
This again. Look, I've considered your offer, Mom, and I'm going to have to decline. I'm old enough to take care of myself.
I'll be back late tonight. There's meatloaf in the fridge.
Question logic or question motive? I want to question the motive. What are you up to?
Late again?
Going on
What
a
are you
date?
up to?
Going on a date.
Jenny LeClue, it's been a difficult week. Could you please just do what you're told for once and stop asking questions?
Fine.
And try to stay out of trouble.
When do I ever get into trouble?
I like how she's a little smart aleck, though. Yeah, so
Alright, let's find these papers and get out of here.
my friends Patty and Tao said they started playing this and that it was like too kiddie, but I mean, it seems to me like the kiddiness might be kind of a veneer that rubs off throughout the game.
One of Jenny's earliest memories was making raspberry jam with her mum.
It's the perfect substitute for blood in class demonstrations. And better tasting than the pig's blood the textbook recommends.
Look at this Belmont strut she has. Alright, what does a detective always and never do? Always
Becoming a great
thinks like a
detective
killer.
took more than book smarts. You needed real-life experience. And Jenny was always on the lookout for a chance to get her hands dirty.
Always turns in their report on time. Essay on decapitation and dismemberment due next week. But we're grading it now. What do you mean they're due next week? If she misplaced them and we're supposed to... Is there more than one essay on decapitation? Okay. Never... And they always knows when to ask for help. Never makes assumptions, never makes it personal, never reveals their hand too soon. Always finds these little art stamps. Never leaves their coffee unattended. Never ever. Alright, and the music reminds me of Bug Snacks a little bit, which is I've played recently.
Please do not touch. Someone must be running an experiment.
So I proceed to touch it and look through it. Oh no, it's the
Gross.
fertilizer.
Pretty soon it's gonna sprout legs.
Okay. I want that little... yeah, that other scrap. I will get all the scraps. So yeah, just a reminder, if you do want to see more of Jenny LeClue, I know a lot of that was just, a lot of this episode was kind of the setup and not really the gameplay. But if you want to see more of this game, you can like the video and you can leave a vote in the comments saying you want to see more, because most views, most likes, and most votes in the comments will become full Let's Plays on my channel.
Today, Ethan. New diet? What's the matter? Lost your funny bone?
Ugh. Even I... You know I love puns, but that's a low-hanging fruit. Puns can't be too obvious. Oh, I thought that's where I was supposed to go out. Was there another door over here? No, don't look at the blackboard. No. Is there a faster walk? Okay, the Belmont Strut is great and everything, but I'd like to be able to walk a little bit faster. Okay, no, I'm supposed to, like, hit A by the doorway or something like that. Look at me trying to figure out how to leave the room. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll play a few more minutes because I feel like so much of this is set up. Door, leave. Oh, right. We're supposed to be looking for the papers. I forgot. Sorry, I should have been doing that the whole time. Okay. Yeah, we should, like, look into different cabinets, maybe. We already checked the blackboard. Oh, there's something under the leg of the blackboard. I guess I wasn't centered on it. No? That's definitely something. It's definitely something underneath the chalkboard. There. Yeah.
It's one of the students' term papers. You can tell by the terrible handwriting and erroneous conclusions. Mom must have put them behind the chalkboard.
Okay, so can I... Yeah, I need to... Okay, I can grab and move the chalkboard. It's kind of weird to think about in a 3D space, but I guess the chalkboard was pretty close to that table.
Found you. Time to get out of here.
Alright, we've put that pile of papers into hammer space, and now we're ready to leave.
The room one last time. Was she ready to leave?
I guess there's missables, but we're gonna merrily roll along. There might be missable stamps and stuff.
Okay, so she wasn't really dead. That would be silly. No, Jenny was alive and well and ready for another perfect day in Arthurtown.
Yeah, Gumboldt College. Oh, it's almost Halloween. Cat?
What the? What a mess. I should investigate.
The case of the knocked over trash cans. Okay, so maybe these are like really simple things to start with, but I do feel like it's gonna like get more serious as it goes on. I don't know, this is another one I'll probably play on my own time if it doesn't win.
Jenny had an instinct for sorting treasure from trash. To the untrained eye, this was just a discarded piece of an old postcard. But to Jenny, it was a mystery waiting to be solved.
I should keep my eyes open for any other pieces.
In places other than this garbage? Okay, the case of the puzzling postcard. Okay, but it doesn't look like it's anywhere else in the trash here.
The notice board was awash with flyers, personal ads, and the occasional piece of gum.
I'm amazed anyone can find anything on here.
Fortunately, Jenny had a useful trick to use in a situation like this.
Mom always says, a great detective eliminates the noise. Focus on the details, and you'll find clarity in the chaos.
Okay. Tap. Oh, okay, we're pointing out all the different things. Mystic Healing with Gloria, monthly meetup Stargazer Society, textbooks for sale, lightly pop-up party project this Tuesday, Missing Cat answers to Trevor.
I wonder if anyone else reads this junk.
Lightly
Hold on.
chewed textbooks.
What's this?
Town notice curfew.
No, they've extended curfew hours again. 9 p.m. to sunrise? That's ridiculous.
But necessary. Power outages had become a regular occurrence in town. It was dangerous to be wandering around after dark.
Especially since there's going to be murders.
We get a permit to go out at all.
Okay, and is that, is Trevor the cat the one that knocked over the one who knocked over the trash cans here? That's probably too, like, advanced of a secret to put in this early in, but, like, if there's gonna be, like, a cat hidden in the bushes there. Ooh, the case of what the heck is going on with that shrub.
Hey, you!
Oh, hi there!
What are you doing back there?
Well, I was pruning, but then I discovered this cerulean bugberry bush.
Discovered?
His voice
These
is
bushes
really
are all
familiar
over
sounding.
Actually, this is an incredibly rare bloom.
There's nothing rare about Arthurtown.
I beg to differ. Arthurtown has many beautiful and exotic plants.
Not interested. We need to end the episode.
Looks like a regular old bush to me.
Wow. Some people just don't appreciate the wonders right in front of them. I guess that's why I'm one of the lucky few working in Dean Strasberry's greenhouse. Anyway, I should get back to work. I want everything to be perfect for the Dean's retirement celebration.
Okay, he's retiring soon, is the Dean. But that's going to be it for Jenny LeClue. This has been another episode of Steamcember. I'm the Comic Foil. Yeah, follow up if you want to see more. Leave votes, leave likes, watch the video again if you want. Yeah, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new game. It's kind of nice having, like, a more hand-holdy one after Transistor, because Transistor I was feeling just a little overwhelmed trying to figure out everything at once. I don't really mind if this game's a little kiddie.